Okay, I wanted to finish this video so I could upload it for you guys. There's two parts of it. This ending part is going to put both of them. But you see, that's the little part right there where the rust spot was. And you can't really tell anywhere. But what I'm going to do is, I wanted to gloss it. Really, like I said, it was really wet and moist when, moist condensation, when I painted it. So I didn't know how it was going to dry, but it actually dried pretty good. I'm opening up the back door right now. Technically I should have just came to work early, and look at this one, started to rust again. I'm gonna have to put it in the garage. And the one over there also started to rust again. I'm gonna have to put it in the garage and heat it and get that painted before season. It's high as 67 today, going down to 35 tonight. So I'm still rusting out here. I'm gonna have to put it in a heated garage, no condensation, and do the right thing before the season. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Alright, this video was basically how to not paint the top of your van with condensation. I mean, you can watch the video. I do teach some stuff in there, but man, I'm like blowing my brains out with this because I still got a little bit of rust on my vehicle. So either way, I got a part 1 and part 2. You know, I'm kind of quirky, say a little funny stuff in there, but it's still rusted through in the long run. Here you go. What's going on, everybody? Rob here, jack of all trades, master of none. I'll try to get this closer. I want to get hit by a car. If you remember, about 4 days ago, I put the rust doctor on my van right here. Well, rust doctor, this time I got rust coming through. Now this has been on here for like 4 days, but this is the top of my van. This is what gets the sun and gets everything else. The side of my van, nothing came through. Let me show you right here. That's the side of my van right there. Right there. I can see I got another little crack right here where you, as you can see, I didn't put any rust doctor on that one, and that's rusting, and that's not rusting. That's solid black. Solid black. Now I did that down there about a month ago and didn't come through. I did the exact same thing to the top about 4 days ago, and it came through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna degrease it right now and put the rust doctor again, only because I don't have enough time to sand it down and do it right now. But with the degreaser that I'm using right here, this is just vinegar and water. So with this vinegar and water right here, I'm gonna scrub it in there, let it sit for like 15 minutes, and then I'm just gonna come back and put the rust doctor on it again until I got time to go ahead and no, I'm gonna rinse it off. After I do this, then I'm gonna rinse it off with water, and this vinegar and water will actually convert some of it. So I'm gonna do the other side and I'll show you. Well, look, it's all black already. That vinegar and water works really good. So I'm gonna do the other side and leave it for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse it off. Who am I kidding? If I'm killing the rust right now, actually I probably should just primer and paint it right now. This is the top of my van. It don't got to be perfect right now. But I didn't wash the whole top of the van, so that's really the reason why I'm not doing it. But I really should just go ahead and primer and paint it, because vinegar and water will actually convert the rust also. But the rust doctor actually is supposed to give you a primerable surface. But you see, this is what gets me. When you scrub automotive paint with the 400 grit scrub pad, you scuff up the paint. Well, it took off the rust doctor primer with the 400 grit sandpaper. So if you're using it for automotive purposes and you paint over that primer that it puts down, is it going to be able to come off that easy? I mean, there's like really no hardener in it. That's a kind of question also. So let me go get a cup of water, and then I got to wash this off in a bit. Okay, now I got a whole bucket of clean water, so I'm going to clean it off. And I was going to primer and paint it, but I'm just going to go ahead and clean it off and rust doctor it again to give the rust doctor the benefit of the doubt here, because it says you could top coat it with fiberglass and top coat it with this, that, and the other. It's kind of expensive too, but like I said, what I didn't like right now is when I scrubbed it with the red scrubby, I just washed all the primer off with it. Okay, so I cleaned the surface off really good. Now let me show you how good I cleaned the surface off. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I even got down to bare metal on some of it, and some of that is, that little dark color is the converted from the rust doctor before. So I don't know why the rust was coming back. But this one right here. Now if you don't have rust doctor, you could use vinegar and water. I do equal parts. I kind of eyeball it, equal parts vinegar and water. But then after you do that, you got to wash it off really good, and you could primer paint over that. I wanted to try the rust doctor to see if, you know, they sell you really good that once it's converted, it'll never rust again. Well, I started getting some rust dots on here, so I'm gonna put it on the big one first. Then I'm gonna come over here, and hopefully that's all I have to do. But like I said, it's supposed to dry to a latex surface or some crap like that. But if you could see, I scrubbed with a 400 or with a red pad, and I scrubbed all the rust doctor off. I mean, it came right off. So you figure if it was a hard surface that you could paint over, it should have been like this, that, you know, there's hardener in this paint. That's why this paint is so hard like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and convert it again, and then we'll see from there. But I do have to put top coat on it and everything before the winter time, because this is the top of this, so it gets sun beaten the most. Like I said, the side, I showed you the wheel well, that was done a month ago and no rust showed through. But on the top, 4 days later, I started getting little beads of rust again. Okay, now do I have any doubt that rust doctor works? No, I don't have no doubt that it works, but I don't know as to what part for automotive as of yet. Stuff for inside or whatever, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Like I said, the side of the van, it was on there for a month already. No signs of rust coming through. Within 10 minutes, this all right here will be converted black. Within 10 minutes. This crap is expensive. I want to make sure that it's on there thick where I'm not gonna get any rust through it within 4 days. Like, you know, just beaded rust through this. So it's converting already. You see it's turning black already. But like I said, if I had time, oh shit, this stuff's too expensive to be spilling like that. If I had time, with vinegar and water, DIY Auto Screw, love that guy. Not DIY Auto Screw, what is this? Oh, he's really good too. He's one that I watch also. Southwest Rod and Customs uses vinegar and water to convert the Southwest Rod and Customs. He uses vinegar and water to convert his rust. Awesome guy to follow. And then DIY Auto Screw is another guy to follow, but I don't know how he converts his. So now that right there should stop everything. So I'll come back again in 4 more days. I'm gonna do the other side, but you see it's all black now. There's no rust coming through there. So we'll see in 4 days what happens. Oh my god, I wish they would just do away with daylight savings time. Well, I'm gonna finish this video off tomorrow. I rinsed off the rest of the van because I didn't want the vinegar sitting on the van, so I rinsed it off. And then I'll show you up here the conversion right there. It converts it really good. Like I said, this right here was done a month ago, and there's no rust coming through that at all. I did that one a month ago, but the one on the top I did 4 days ago, and I got beads of rust coming through. So I did it again right now, but I cleaned it off with vinegar and water. So rust doctor says it's a primable surface, so I was gonna go over with I got the same color paint for that, just painted over that right now. But it's getting dark and it's about 50 degrees, so I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow. I'll probably actually take the paint with me to work, so when I get out of work, if it's warm enough, I'm gonna top coat it right then, and then we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to stop the rust from coming through. I didn't find out about it till already November, and I don't work in a garage, I work in my backyard, so I don't want the rust to keep coming through. I could pull it in another garage, but then I gotta heat it. So right now I'm just trying to hold off till next spring. All right, either way, I'll finish up with this tomorrow. Bye bye. Okay, Houston, I am having such a problem right now with this rust converter. It hasn't happened to me like this before. Like I said, the side looked beautiful. Maybe I didn't shake it enough. That is the next day. All of them. All of them. All of them. It's supposed to dry to a black surface that will never rust again. Should I show you that again? One more time? So what I'm gonna do right now is sand it down again with the black, not with the black, sand it down again with the vinegar and water, not sand it, with the Reb scrub pad, vinegar and water over the whole thing, dry it, mask it, primer and paint right now. I want to stop right here to let you know why my conspiracy theory, why the rust doctor didn't work this time. It's mid-November in Chicago and it's like getting down to 50 degrees at night. So by the time I'm getting home from work, it's going from hot to cold. So the vehicle itself is actually forming dew on the top. Rust Doctor is a water-based product. So the product is not drying fast enough and it's mixing with the dew, and that's why last month when I put it on, it's perfect, it's black, it didn't come through again everywhere I put it on, and this time I can't get it to convert the rust right now. Either way, this is how I finished the rest of the van. Alright, I gotta do it in 2 parts. That was 10 minutes. Look for part 2, a rust treating the roof of my Astro van.